Le'Veon did not fumble one time last year.
Damn.
Fumbles in 2013.
Well, you know what? That's the beauty of One Take Podcast. We can apologize on air. I am sorry, Mr. Le'Veon Bell, formerly of Michigan State University. You deserve a 99 carry. That's ungodly, bro. I didn't know that. That's nasty.
He's only fumbled one time in his NFL career. Once.
That's nasty. That boy can tote the rock. Most definitely can tote the rock. That's hard to believe. Playing in the AFC North with players like Geno Atkins, Terrell Suggs. Oh man, them boys, a former Hagloli Nada, and none of them punched the ball up out their hand. Nice.
Ray Malaluga, Vontaze Burfict, all them cats, man, could have easily punched that ball out of his hand, but he only fumbled once in his NFL career so far. So
that boy has a 99 carry. There's nothing else to say.
You ain't gonna be stripping him too often in the game, bro.
Now this guy next, man. He's fun to play with. He's been fun to play with the last couple years. It don't seem like he's getting any worse. He's getting better and better. Jamal Charles comes in at a 94. If I'm reading this right, how dare you say an 86 catch for a running back that led his team in receptions last year?
Right. I think he'd do at least a 90, but I mean he's probably the highest on the list as far as catch, so for running back. So 86 is decent because him being the number one guy on the list as far as that rating goes. 92 speed is about right because if I'm not mistaken, in this top 5 he is number one in speed. So that's about right.
Yeah.
So Juke is 97. That does him justice. There's a difference between him and DeMarco with a 97 shoe and a 94 shoe. So.
There it is. I mean, that's what I'm saying. Like, when you think of Juke, you think of quickness. How the brother speed going to be an 89 and his Juke a 93? The best player you can compare DeMarco Murray running style to last year on the video game wise, you have to go back to Larry Johnson with the Chiefs. He had some quickness, but it was more power.
Right. He's definitely DeMarco's definitely in between the tackles runner. He's not going nowhere. Well, he might go to the outside with that line he had in Dallas last year, but it's going to be a different story in Philly. Slightly different story.
Yeah, because I'm reading it now. Jamal Charles got a 97 juke and a 94 spin move. You got DeMarco Murray with the same exact thing. When I look at them, they don't even translate as the same style running back.
Right.
That don't make no sense.
But Jamal Charles ratings are accurate though. I get he's probably one of the more accurate ones.
Yeah, outside of the disrespect to his catching game, I totally agree with you. Next on the list, I mean, can you really say this is good at 95? I mean, if Aaron Rodgers can still get a 99 and have a great season as which he did and struggled, Adrian Peterson didn't play a down of football last year.
Right.
And he comes in at a 95.
95 overall, 88 strength, 94 truck, 90 speed, 96 stiff arm, 95 juke, 94 spin. My only thing, I think everything's pretty much accurate here. I mean, his stiff arm, maybe a little high, but everything else is pretty much. I haven't seen him juke people out the street, spin past people, truck people. Strength is pretty much accurate. Speed in his later years and with a knee surgery at 90 is a bit high, but we'll see this upcoming season because he looks ready. We're looking at training camp as of today.
Yeah, I mean, you got to also think about it. The speed. He's like one of them guys, once the momentum starts, he keeps moving. Like, it's like he start adapting to stuff where, like, the AP just hurdle. Did he just spin? Like, it comes with the territory of AP just being that style of runner. I don't disagree with this next pick. I think he is the best running back in all of football. I think from what I'm seeing, they got it close to dead on. Only thing I don't agree with is the overall of a 96. I think he's more like a 94, 93. My guy, beast mode.
Beast mode. Also, one of my favorite running backs, man. I'm pretty sure he's going to, with the goal line muncher, his touchdown number is going to be nasty this year. He's probably going to be at least a top 2 back in fantasy, at least.
Yeah. And I think on Madden... go ahead.
It's rating so far, but continue what you were saying.
No, I think on Madden, with the way that team is designed, as you brought up Ultimate Team, he'd be one that's going early, man. People will be paying top dollar for, because what he brings to the game, the dynamic of that strip, like by them having his stiff arm a 99, his truck a 98, his strength a 89, and then his juke a 94. How can you tackle that?
Yeah, he gonna be like AP was in the last couple of games, man. Just like first contact, he going through it. There's no stopping his momentum from first contact.
Not at all.
From immediate contact, he's gonna do that first tackle. Almost 75% of the time.
And that's scary. That's scary for somebody online who actually catches on to the perfect time when the stiff arm. They might just run holding down R1 or whatever your respective button is, because that's nasty. Nasty, nasty, nasty. And I can't wait to play with Marshawn.
Yeah, it's going to be a big... I believe he's going to be one of the biggest differences between Madden 15 and Madden 16 this year. Marshawn Lynch's play in this game is going to be ridiculous.
Well, as always, we have to sit and say what we think. I don't disagree. I personally think the running back top 5 is dead on. Except for I would switch one person out, and it's going to sound so weird. I would take DeMarco out and put Shady.
You think so?
Yeah, I think off of what Shady did last year and the team that Shady's on now, I think Shady should be higher rated than DeMarco.
Yeah, with DeMarco switching teams and not having that line he had in Dallas anymore, I don't see him as a top 5, maybe a 67. But my thing is, it's missing a few. You can throw a couple guys in there. You can throw, of course, LaShawn McCoy, who I would have thought would have been at least 5. But if not him, you got Matt Forte, who gets no respect as far as his all-purpose yards and his running game. But switching coaches and switching schemes will do that to you. So I can understand why.
Even with the sad part about it is, even with the same coach in there for like y'all have for years, Matt Forte is one of those players that does not get talked about enough. He pretty much is a stronger Jamal Charles. He has very, very deceptive speed. You forget how fast he really is. He probably has the best hands as a running back that catches the ball. And he has some power. He can run through you.
Right. The other guy, one guy that I'm going to bring his name up, and you're going to be like, oh, yeah. The last guy that I think that should have been on this list or should have been in consideration for this list, maybe a tie at 94, an honorable mention. Where Eddie Lacy at?
Yep. Mm-hmm.
Where's Eddie Lacy?
Because see, go ahead.
With his downhill running style, he can easily match what DeMarco got on this list as far as his ratings. Easily match DeMarco's ratings on this. 96 truck, a 97 stiff, maybe not so high of a juke or a spin or a speed, but those stats say Eddie Lacy to me. More so than DeMarco Murray.
But see, this is why I love the game and I love what I do in fantasy. It's something about Lacy that they trying to sell us that's not there. Because here it is, you can have him rated in all these fantasy books, but in Madden, he's not a top 5 wide receiver because Eddie Lacy doesn't have one distinguished, sexy part of his game to you. He's not the best catching back out the backfield. He does fumble the ball. I know the Lions have made him put the ball on the carpet plenty of times. He's very injury prone. He's not like an ox that just go out there and can take a beating. He will get touched up and bruised up and sit down. What does he do in one area? Like when we go through this list right here, Marshawn, we know Marshawn. No, forget the video game. Real life, first contact, you're getting ran over. We know Marshawn is known for that. We know this. Same thing with AP. AP is known for his trucking, his once he get the momentum going, how he can just turn it into a whole other animal. Jamal Charles is known for being a quick speedster, a receiving running back out the backfield, like a 5-tool player. He's like the definition of a 5-tool player. We know all these about these guys. What do we say about Eddie Lacy every time he touches the ball or when his name come up? Silence. It's nothing that singles him out. It's always, he got them wide receivers on the outside. What that got to do with anything?
Right. I mean, his game is deceptive because you don't really pay attention to Eddie Lacy as much as you do the quarterback or the receiver.
Well, and if it's late in the year, and then they work him like a horse, yeah, it then. But he still doesn't have a distinctive style. Then it's like you know who he is. You know what team he played for. If you're not playing fantasy, do you care about Eddie Lacy? Do you pick up Madden to play with the Packers just to rock with Eddie Lacy?
No, not at all.
You a GM.
It's all about the receivers and that quarterback.
You a GM. You on Madden. Season in. Eddie Lacy is a free agent. Le'Veon Bell is a free agent. Who do you sign?
If I'm the Packers or if I'm
you playing Madden. We talking straight Madden. You a GM of your team. Your running back kind of messed up. You got them 2 choices.
That's a tough one because my personal playing style is up the middle, so I wouldn't personally pick Eddie Lacy. But by stylistic points and his finesse and his appeal to people, Le'Veon Bell going 9 out of 10 times.
That's what I'm saying. Because like you just said, his appeal, what he brings to the table. And I'm not knocking Lacy. If Lacy available in fantasy, I'll snatch him up. But it's just not when I think of Lacy, I don't have nothing that makes me be like, oh man, Lacy did this. Like you can go back to, I'm gonna throw a name out there, Trump candidate. When he was backing up Marshall Faulk, you knew that guy was a speedster.
Right.
Fred Taylor. You knew Fred Taylor could catch out the backfield and he was a bruiser. You don't know. Go ahead. He has some good hands. Eddie George. None of them had 99s. I'm like,
the man got 1 fumble since 2013.
That's amazing. That is amazing.
That blew my mind when I saw the stats too, man.
That is amazing. Well, you know what the time it is, y'all. We was gonna do the whole thing, but your boy Johnny got to pay these bills. He working extremely hard. 84 hours this week at my regular job. We're going to break this thing into a couple parts because I got to be to work in maybe like 4 hours. I want to thank everybody for pressing play on the quarterback and running back portion of the Madden